Gentlemen, ignoring individual and relationship independence when meeting women is not a way to get or to keep her respect. Today's reflection comes from Chapter 2 of Rules of Engagement, with the lesson that autonomy is not about pushing her out or about removing her from her social circles. It's been a minute since the whole Jonah Hill debacle was in the news, but it recently came to my memory, so let's use that as an example that waiting too long to express your autonomy, your own individual and that of the relationship, and she'll find a way to make you the abuser rather than having upheld your own boundaries in the first place. So let's cover the psychology between autonomy, how to communicate it clearly, and the exact words that you can use when deciding whether to continue or to end a relationship early with someone that you've recently met. Problem is, too many men give their own autonomy away on day one while never addressing the autonomy of the relationship as well. They agree to nearly all of her plans. Maybe they pick up her hobbies and her Netflix interests, and eventually they end up reshaping themselves to fit into her world, all the while thinking it's a sign of compatibility, while at the same time not addressing her willingness to exist in an autonomous relationship. One of the larger issues is expecting her to change her life the same way that you've changed yours without verbally expressing your boundaries as early as possible. And falling for a woman who you're not sure is 100% in line with your values only leads to the events that Jonah went through. I mean, let's be honest. She's hot and he wanted to get laid. And on the surface, there's not necessarily much wrong with that. But later, he realized that he was in love with her, but she didn't want to transition into the same autonomous relationship that he wanted. So he started to draw the line, and in turn, he became a socially admonished abuser. The problem wasn't that Jonah had boundaries or wanted to speak about them. It's that he waited far too long until deep in the relationship to uphold them. And then motions and expectations were already locked in. And that's how you become a controlling, misogynist prick, by not speaking up from the start. Listen, high-value women don't want a yes man. The good ones want a man who knows how to stand on his own 2 feet and how to express it while choosing to connect. But the low-value ones, those are the ones that want you to fall in line while refusing to do the same. It's those women who will allow you to turn yourself into something you're not, and then resent you when you finally push back. Studies confirm that couples who support each other's self-sufficiency and the autonomy of the relationships themselves experience deeper intimacy along with stronger growth and more lasting commitment. Individual independence and requests for relationships to be autonomous from both people's social circles is not a threat to partnership. It's the foundation of it. Maintaining your rhythm and your identity and requesting the same for the entirety of the relationship signals emotional maturity, showing that you can be grounded in yourself while still connected to her. But it needs to be done early. The message is that every early relationship moment is a pressure test. The unspoken question is whether you'll survive. Listen, autonomy is not selfish. It's the bedrock of a healthy relationship. And established early, it prevents the kind of late game boundary battles that cost Jonah Hill both his relationship and his reputation. If this is an issue for you, bring it up as soon as possible. You can make a statement like, having autonomy in our relationship is very important for its success, not about keeping you at a distance or keeping either of us from our friends. Are you okay with offering a healthy amount of independence in what we have going on? But for women like Sarah Brady, who weaponize boundaries, tell them to fuck off. Just kidding. Do it a little bit more politely. Say something like, listen, you're free to live your life however you want, but it won't be with me. So, your individual autonomy, or that of the relationship outside of others, is not selfish. It's evidence that you are willing to walk alone if it means staying true to yourself. So if you found this helpful and you want the full framework for building respect and attraction from the very first conversation, then be sure to subscribe and come back for more, and reserve a copy of Rules of Engagement at the link in the description, and I'll see you soon.